going to begin by doing one complete nail so that you can see how easy this system is to work with. So I'll use the biggest one on the hand so that you can see clearly. Start by very gently buffing the top of the nail plate. It doesn't need very much buffing at all, just until it's chalky white, just to make sure that there's no dirt or grime on the top of the nail. If you don't buff it properly, you'll find that the nail won't stick, and if you buff it too much, the nails will become sore. So once you've buffed it, size up your nail tip. Fill the well with glue. And hold it down for 3 to 4 seconds. I'll go through this all step by step in a moment. I just want to show you how easy these nails are. Just keep the pressure on that for a couple of seconds until it's bonded. And then you can remove any excess from the top of the nail. So you can see how quickly that nail glue bonds the tip on. Next we're going to shorten the nail, allowing for shaping. It will shorten it a little bit more. Support the top of the nail while you're shaping, and then just give it a quick file. These nails are going to be quite square, so it's really just a matter of running the nail file across the top. Now we're going to blend the tip into the nail so that you can't see it. So now I'm pulling the skin down with my fingers, and we're just going to gently run the nut file back and forth across the ridge, being very careful of the cuticle area and very careful of the natural nail. Don't file too much on the natural nail. All we want to do is blend this ridge in. Slowly working away at it, making sure you get down the sides, making them nice and straight. Now I've changed to a used file here because the edges of the files can get quite sharp, so when you're working around the cuticle area, it's a good idea to use an older file. You can see we're just about there, it's almost blended in. And what you want to avoid doing at any time is rubbing it with your finger, because you'll put oil from your finger onto the nail and then the coating won't stick properly. So don't worry about it being white and scratchy, that's fine, as long as you can see that the tip is nicely blended in, which this one is now. Now if we wipe that with the towel and get rid of the dust, just a tiny bit more there. You can see that you can't see where the tip joins and where the natural nail starts. Now we're going to leave it nice and chalky white. We're going to give it a small coating of glue. Then we're going to slowly dip finger into the acrylic powder. Now it's very important that you don't push it too quickly because it will all bunch up at the back. Then we're going to give it another thin coat of glue. And another slow dip of acrylic powder. And we finish off with another thin coat of glue. Spray very, very lightly and allow that to dry for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll finish with a buff up so you can see how natural looking the nail is. So now all we need to do once the nail is dry is just give it a very, very light buff along the edges. Make sure it's nice and flat around the cuticle, and again I'm using my old file. And then to thin the tip down a little bit, we're just going to come down in the one direction and go back and forward, it doesn't matter on an acrylic nail. Once we've perfected the shape, we take the white block and rub over the whole nail again just to get rid of the scratch marks and smooth it down a little bit. And then we finish off with our chamois buffer. And you can see that that's bringing it up to a nice shine. The nail is nice and smooth. And we rub in some oil. And that's the finished nail. Now you can see the difference with the nails next to it. How quick that was, and how easy and how natural the nail looks.